Hello friends, welcome to my online tutorial. My name is Pranav Shukla. Today we are going for 9 NCERT English and our today's concern is unit number 2, Sound of Music. In the last lecture we already gone through the first story, one of the part 1 of Sound of Music, that is about Evelyn Glaney, who listens to the music without hearing it. So now this is the second story about now this is our domestic artist or Indian classical instrument player, maestro, the legend himself, Bismillah Khan. Friends, I wonder there might be no one who's not heard the name of Shehnai maestro Bismillah Khan. Friends, today we are going to study the rise of Bismillah Khan, his life story, rise of him as an classical instrument player, Shehnai player, and his achievements. So let's go for the second part, the Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. Friends, India has got vast and a very rich heritage of classical instrument playing. It is wondrous, it is unique, and only found in India, I should say. Indian classical music is the inspiration of a number of musicians all across the world. World is inclining towards India, looking forward for India. Very sadly, we are getting away from our classical music, but still there are hearts waiting for classical music in India. And people like Bismillah Khan are the inspiration for the people, for the artists who are strictly devoted to classical instruments. So the stories of such people is a huge inspiration and a great boost and a motivation for all the amateurs, neophytes and beginners in classical music. Classical dance, classical music are some of the Indian rich heritage. This vast variety can be very exemplary for the world, and it is something that can make us proud as an Indian. So let's learn the life story, rise and achievements of the maestro in classical music, Shehnai King, Ustad Bismillah Khan. Friends, here we have some very well-known classical instrument players. The first is Akarai sisters. They are well versed and world renowned in classical violin playing. Then the man himself, Hariprasad Chaurasia, he plays classical flute. Then comes Ustad Amjad Ali Khan, he plays sarod. Friends, we have huge variety of classical instruments, but sadly we hardly know the names of such instruments. So I'm also giving you a task that find out all the classical instruments that is played inside, outside India, and all the players dealing with them. So that is something very informative, and you'll be very much delighted to come to know about such information. So better you go for it. Ali Akbar Khan, who also plays sarod. Then the man himself, very popular in tabla playing, Zakir Hussain. Then Pandit Ravi Shankar playing sitar, and many more, friends. So, and this is the man himself, Ustad Bismillah Khan. This is his lifespan, 21 March 1916 to 21 August 2006, very recently died. and left the world with his sweet melody of Shehnai. Friends, Shehnai has also got some very interesting history. It was earlier very noisy, unpopular instrument, almost banned by the emperor of that time. Gradually, at times, it improvised, and it was earlier known as pungi. That is a very notorious instrument. But this pungi has been turned out to be Shehnai, according to one legend behind this instrument, and today is very popular. Without Shehnai, Indian marriages and certain religious ceremonies can never be accomplished. And Bismillah Khan was playing Shehnai in Vishnu temple, and that sets the biggest example for the world in terms of Hindu-Muslim unity and harmony. So, in number of ways, Ustad Bismillah Khan was a real representative of India and Indian classical music. So it's a very proud moment to learn about the par excellence Ustad Bismillah Khan. So let's go for learning about him. I'm sharing the textbook. Here you have, again in the textbook, friends, we have certain photographs in sketch form. First, as you know, Hariprasad Chaurasia playing flute. Then again you have already seen the picture, Ali Akbar playing sarod, then the Akarai sisters playing violin, then Zakir Hussain playing tabla, then this is Amjad Ali Khan playing again sarod, then this is friend classical violin K. Vaidyanathan. The next one is Ustad Sultan Khan, he's playing sarangi, is also called as darbar, and then the man again himself, Bismillah Khan, Ustad Bismillah Khan is playing Shehnai. So here we have some introduction about Bismillah Khan. Think of the Shehnai, and the first thing you'll probably imagine is a wedding or a similar occasion or function. But the next thing would be probably Ustad Bismillah Khan, the Shehnai maestro, playing this instrument. So you can understand by this comment that he is synonymous to Shehnai. Shehnai means Bismillah Khan, and Bismillah Khan means Shehnai. So the instrument has got recognition by the man. That is something very biggest. As cricket is known by Sachin Tendulkar, Shehnai is known by Bismillah Khan, and is also Bharat Ratna friend. So we are very happy to learn about Bismillah Khan. Let's go for it. Again, we'll learn this chapter is a big one, so we'll learn it in parts. Today we are going for maybe 5 to 6 paragraphs. In the second part, along with the question answers, we will discuss in the next video. So here we have the history, a legend behind the origin and the birth of Shehnai. So let's go for it. Emperor Aurangzeb, the second last, I think, emperor of Mughal Empire. Very wicked, cruel one, very unlike the other emperors who had been very friendly and very much secular. Aurangzeb was quite a strict one, but living a very simple, modest life. He was a man of principles and a very stickler of Islam. So Emperor Aurangzeb banned, prohibited the playing of musical instrument called pungi. Pungi is now also known as in certain region as bin, that is played upon the snakes to make them sway. So that pungi in the royal residence for here Zameen meaning its working here is as the conjunction forming compound sentence. Here it means because. It is shrill, unpleasant. Shrill in the sense एकदम तीखी आवाज, एकदम तीनो आवाज, and a very unpleasant, almost noisy. Pungi became the generic name. Generic belongs to a certain class or a group as a whole. So it's not a specific instrument. All the instrument playing in the same way, crafted in the same manner, would be called as pungi. So it is the generic name for all the reeded noise makers. The instruments made of reed, that bamboo-like thing, and they produce very shrill, very noisy sound. So they are called as noise makers. Few had thought, few means almost no one. This is not a few, this is few, almost no one. So few had thought that it would one day be revived, but it would again get birth as something in a new form. How it revived? A barber, hairdresser, family of professional musician who had across, who had an access means the permission to enter or to invade to the royal palace. He decided to improve the tonal quality. Tone was very shrill, so he decided to improve it, make it more melodious, sweet one of pungi. So he had improvised that pungi by making certain changes. He had used the same kind of material, reed, but crafted in a different way. How? He chose a pipe with natural hollow stem that was longer and broader than the pungi, and made 7 holes on the body. Earlier pungi had 2 different pipes, can be poured in air heavily, and can be extracted by 2 hands maybe, and it was a bit broader one, broad slender one, so could produce very shrill sound. So it was made a bit longer and now broader with 7 holes on the body of the pipe. When he played on it, closing and opening some of these holes, soft and melodious sounds were produced. So this is how it was improvised. He now played the instrument before royalty, one of the members of the royal family, especially in front of the emperor, and everyone was impressed. The instrument, so different from the pungi, had to be given a new name, as the story goes. And since it was Malab Aurangzeb had banned it, but after Aurangzeb that was Bahadur Shah Zafar, and pungi was improvised and given a new form in that particular time. So that was Bahadur Shah Zafar. So it was then played in Shah's chamber for the demonstration. So, and it was played by a Nai, that means barber. Nai is an Indian term to be called for calling the barber. So Shah had seen that instrument being played by Nai. So that instrument was named as Shahnai. At times it is turned to be Shahnai. This is the origin behind the name of Shahnai. Since it was first played in the Shah's chambers and was played by a Nai, that is barber, the instrument was named the Shahnai. So friend, this is the difference. As I told you, this is where the the this is the end from where the sound is extracted. This is the place where air is poured. This is a bit broader, like a coconut, bit shorter, and here it is quite narrow, slender. So the sound is very unpleasant, very shrill one. It makes noises. But this is Chennai, a bit longer. You can see that length, a bit broader, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 holes starting from here. So these are the differences. The sound of the Shehnai began to be considered auspicious. When something is religious, something that brings delight, something that is said to be bringing some good fortune, would be called as auspicious. And for this reason, it is still played in temples and is an indispensable, I can say anivarya. Something is badly needed. Without it, the things are not possible. Component of, this is a very important word, friends. Component of any North Indian wedding. It is now played also in the South. Is the part of Nadaswaram, playing with Mridangam. So it is another form of Shehnai. So it's very popular also in South. In the past, the Shehnai was part of the Nobat. Nobat, friends, is the ensemble of certain instruments together played over there. It's a group of instruments, would be called as Nobat. At times, even two big nagaras also be called as Nobat. So part of the Nobat of or traditional ensemble of 9 instruments found at royal courts. So it has been given the place in the Nobat in the king's court. Till recently, it was used only in the temples and weddings. But now this instrument has been brought up on the stage for the performance artist, for the concerts, and the credit goes to the man himself, Ustad Bismillah Khan. So he has given the recognition, true recognition to the instrument. The credit for bringing the instrument onto the classical stage goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. Now comes his earlier life and his love for Shehnai. How did he start playing Shehnai? From where he had learned Shehnai? Was his teacher who accompanied him? And everything that he has done for Shehnai. As a 5-year-old, Bismillah Khan played Gilli Danda. He also called in Gujarati as Moi Dandiya. So he's a typical street or gully game near a pond in the ancient estate of Dumrao, that is in Bihar. He would regularly go to the nearby Bihariji, that is the another incarnation form of Sri Krishna Bhagwan, temple to sing the Bhojpuri. Bhojpuri is the official language of Bihar and UP. And there he used to go and used to sing Chaita. At the end of the performance, he would get a big laddu that was a sweet, and there was a temptation for young Bismillah. And that was not a small one, it was a big one, 120, 1.25 kg. So it was a prize given by local Maharaja. Tempted for this prize, he used to go for playing this. So he used to go for singing over there. This happened 80 years ago, and the little boy has traveled far to win the highest civilian award. That boy used to go to the temple to win the prize of a laddu and has won the biggest, the tallest ever Indian civilian award, that is the Bharat Ratna. It's a huge sensation in India and the biggest ever feat that he has achieved. Born on 21 March 1916, Bismillah belongs to a well-known family of musicians from Bihar. His grandfather, Rasul Baks Khan, was the Shehnai Nawaz. Nawaz was a title given by the Mughal emperors or kings. So Nawaz is somebody who's master in something. Of Bhojpur King's court, his father, Paigambar Baks, and other paternal ancestors, one of the ancestors from his father's side, is called as paternal. were also great Shehnai players. So he's got Shehnai in his blood, classical music in his blood. So he's got the instinct, and he's used this instinct to shape him. The young boy took to music early in life. At the age of three, just mind well, and his mother took him to maternal uncle's house in Banaras, that is also known as Kashi or Varanasi, the biggest ever, uh, the most important Hindu religious place. Bismillah Khan was fascinated watching his uncles practice the Shehnai. So this is where he has got the attraction for Shehnai. Soon Bismillah started accompanying his uncle Ali Baksh to the Vishnu temple of Banaras, where Baksh was employed to play the Shehnai. Ali Baksh would play the Shehnai and Bismillah would sit captivated, malab, very much absorbed, charmed, attracted for hours on end. It is on end for a very long time without stopping. Slowly he started getting lessons in playing the instrument and would sit practicing throughout the day. See, this is the young Bismillah. He knew what is the importance of practice, and same thing is applied to you students. Okay, even if you have very good teachers, very good material, good facilitation, but practice is something very important, and you have to do it. So it is also always a practice makes man, whether it's man or women, perfect. And especially the subject like English and maths require a lot of practice. So this practice in instrument playing is called as riyaz. For years to come, the temple of Balaji and Mangla Maya, these are the name of certain temples belong to certain gods, and the banks of Ganga became the young apprentice, the one who worked somewhere just to learn the craft of the trade, would be called as apprentice, as he was learning to get expertise on the trade of being an instrument player. So he's called as apprentice. Favorite haunts. The place which is visited again and again by somebody would be called as haunts, where he could practice in solitude. Again the word comes, solitude, malab, in loneliness, ekantma, without being disturbed. The flowing waters of Ganga that ripples is working like music, and he got inspired by such purity and such rippling of the purest water of Ganga. So Ganga inspired him to improvise, malab, by making certain changes, giving a new form, would be called as improvise, and invent, finding out something new. Ragas that were earlier considered to be beyond the range of the Shehnai. This is what is worth, friends. Malab, he has invented certain ragas that were never played upon Shehnai. So this is something unprecedented, abhutpurva. At the age of 14, Bismillah accompanied his uncle to the Allahabad Music Conference. At the end of his recital, Ustad Fayyaz Khan, malab, when he was of 14 years of age, he started giving and attending the music conferences. You can understand his maturity. At a very little age, he knew the importance of being accompanied by some masters, some worthy people. And he also used to attend the conferences. So that gave him maturity of an artist. At the end of his recital, one of the experts of that time, Ustad Fayyaz Khan, patted, matlab, again patted, it is metonymy, by giving blows upon his back, admiring him. Young boys back and said, work hard and you shall make it. Again, an idiom comes, you shall. You shall means you will definitely. Shall with you brings firm determination, surety, confidence in what you say. You shall make it, but you will definitely be able to achieve great success in the instrument playing. With the opening of All India Radio in Lucknow in 1938 came Bismillah's first big break, and he soon became an often heard Shehnai player on radio. This is now how he started his earlier life in Shehnai playing, friends. Now later in the second part of this video, we'll go for his achievements, his practice, and his spirit for our country, everything about him. So we'll soon meet for the second video of the same chapter.